How's it going, everyone? I am finally back once again for flea market pickups. And so far it's been a good start to the season. I would like to apologize for a yearly absence from YouTube. I've had a rocky year so far, but finally situated once again, and I'm finally back to going to the flea market and picking up more diecast, anything NASCAR related. Just want you guys know I'm back, and I apologize for the little hiatus. Before I get to the flea market pickups, I'd like to give a shout out to Simulationjunkie. Simulation, I'm really sorry I'm finally getting to some of these pickups you sent me months ago. I've just been all over the place, but everyone give Simulationjunkie a shout out. Go check out his channel, I'll put the link below. And he picks up flea market, anything related to NASCAR, motorsports, video game simulation, you name it. He's got it all. Alright, so to begin, Simulation sent me this Jeff Gordon doll figure. I've never heard of this brand, nor have I seen it, but it's got a helmet, it's got racing gloves, it's got the fire suit, looks like from 2001 to 2003, so it's got the Winston Cup logo right up there. Pretty cool, never had it before. Definitely going to add this to the wall when I get it all put together, and I'll show you guys in the near future. He also sent me this Jeff Gordon sunglass case, and I'm very sensitive to the sun, so this will come handy for my sunglasses, so thanks again for that. And then to the diecast, he sent me a 143 scale Rainbow Warriors car. Definitely very iconic. Sees quite a bit at the flea market. This one's in pretty good shape. Never in this condition, so thank you again. Sent me this 187 scale. I don't really have much of these scales because they're just so small. But they are pretty cool knickknacks to have on the desk. It's the 07 DuPont car he drove. The 1 year that got away from him for the title. And then he also sent me this really cool track support crew from Winter Circle. This is an old 90s kit they used to sell in the big box stores. This was his 99 Bush car he co-owned with Everham. As you can tell, he's got a helicopter in there, you got some pit crew guys, the stock car itself, the tool truck, the parts van. Pretty cool piece. Still in the box. Box is a little bit beat up, but overall a really cool piece of history, so thank you again, man, appreciate it. He also sent me some other diecast that are non-Jeff Gordon related. He sent me a Jamie McMurray car he drove in the Busch Series. I believe this car was owned by Rusty Wallace, I might be wrong. I also sent a McClure Nationwide car. I forget who drives this. I think it's a something Richardson. I forget the guy who drove it, but I remember when this car ran in like 08 or 09. Also sent along the Jeff Gordon holiday car Winter Circle gave out annually back in the day. The Jeff Gordon Pepsi car he ran occasionally. More Rainbow Warriors cars from the 90s. Fictional old school stock car from the 60s. This is like a 64 Impala, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. Then the Jeff Gordon camo DuPont car. And then the 2000 Pepsi car he drove. There's everything that Simulation sent me. I know there's more he sent me. I'm not sure where some of it is. It's still buried in some boxes. So give Simulation a shout out. And thank you again, buddy, for sending me. I appreciate it. I owe you one. Alright, and to the flea market pickups. Now, these have been picked up around this month. I have a bunch of other stuff I picked up over time, but I'm not sure what some of that is. But these are really the nice finds that I found buried in some scent bins, old toy bins, some previous collectors who were selling off some of their collection, and even found a recently new car, which you see in the back over there. Alright, so let's begin. First thing I found today was this Buckshot Jones Georgia Pacific car. This was driven, I think, in the Busch Series, but I think Cup as well. I'm not too sure, but it's a Petty Enterprise car. 44 car wasn't ran super often, but still a cool piece. A Bobby Labonte 2005 Interstate Bears. This is the last year he drove for Joe Gibbs. This one was really interesting. I initially thought that this was a Brian Vickers car in the Busch Series when he drove part-time, but actually this is a Kyle Busch car. This is an old Kyle Busch car. I think he drove this in 2004 when he ran his part-time starts in the 87, the Diatech.com Got the rookie stripes. I believe this is the car he drove part-time in the Cup Series. I'm not too sure. But it has cowboy strip on top of the roof, so definitely quite surprised to see this really rare find. You don't really find much 87 cars made in 1/64 scale, especially in this condition, so really unique car. Also found a 43 Petty Enterprise. I forget who drove this car, but it was the Lance company. I can't read it too well, the car's a little bit beat up, but this was ran in the Busch Series, I believe. And the man himself, who's unfortunately retiring, Darrell Waltrip, the 17 Parts America car. You know, I know a lot of people are a little bit mixed on this guy being in the booth, but he is a piece of our history of the sport. He really has contributed, him and his wife. He'll be missed, and he was a phenomenal driver back in the day. Alright, the number 7 Series satellite car. Number 7. This was driven by Jimmy Spencer. A lot of you guys may remember this car when him and Kurt Busch got in a little interaction at Michigan. He got suspended for punching Kurt after the race, so this car definitely has some history to it. And here we've got the 02 Kevin Harvick Sonic Busch Series car he drove during that year. This car is definitely very unique because it's the takeoff body. The wheels are missing on it, but overall it's in okay condition. Only paid, I think, 50 cents for most of these cars. The man, the Intimidator himself, before he drove the black number 3. The number 3 Wrangler car he drove back in the 80s. This car is just completely badass. I mean, this thing is just phenomenal, great shape. Definitely one of my favorite bodies. The old Chevy Luminas, I believe this is. Phenomenal piece. Got a Paul Menard number 11 Busch Series car. He drove this in 06. Very nice car before, unfortunately, DEI decided to slowly fade away the next 2 years. And we got 7-time, before he became 7-time, the number 92 Exterin PM car. He drove in the Busch Series for, I believe, 1 year or 2 years. That was in 2000. Yeah, he drove this car, I think, for a couple of years before making the move to Hendrick. But this is definitely a unique piece. You don't really see much non-48 Jimmy Johnson cars out there in the wild. Alright, and here are some of the new cars I discovered when I was out today. The Jimmy Johnson Lowe's 48 from 2016 when he won his 7th title. It's one of the old Authentics before Sid Master was bought out by Lionel. Definitely a different mold, but overall still a nice car. Found another Jimmy Johnson, the 2017 Lowe's Cobalt car. This is a great shape. Only paid $1 for this. I was quite surprised to even find this, to tell you the truth, but it's in an old bin, and I guess guys wanted to part ways with it. Alright. We also got the 2013 Downhard Junior National Guard car. This game was definitely a unique piece because of the introduction to the Gen 6. Definitely a very clean classic before Junior started doing his old tribute schemes from back in the day. Here we go. The father and son duo. We got Jason Jarrett right here, and we got the 2 Dale Jarretts right here. Ned Jarrett is Dale's oldest son. He was around a little bit in NASCAR, but slowly faded away. And a lot of you guys also know he has another son who is a baseball player for the Giants, I believe. I think his name's Zach Jarrett, if I'm correct. Yeah, the old Ray Vaught car. Supposed to be a 3rd gen Jarrett to enter the sport, but unfortunately didn't have much luck in NASCAR. The old classic Yates 88 Dale Jarrett UPS car. Very clean. I always liked this scheme. And when he made the drastic change from Michael Waltrip Racing to drive the 44 UPS. This car is definitely, I've been looking for a while. I have the COT version, but I don't have the COI version of the 44 UPS. Very rare to find 07 Cup cars that have the Camry body, because there weren't many teams that drove Toyotas at the time, but overall I really like this scheme. Probably one of my favorite schemes ever driven in NASCAR. The 2010 New Hampshire Motor Speedway Linux 301 promo car. Actually, I went to this race. I forget who won it, but remember it was a sunny day, but had some great racing there before. Things have changed over the years. Some may remember him, some may not. Casey Atwood, the 2001 Dodge Interped car. Probably didn't say that right. But Casey Atwood was a driver that got away, had a lot of talent, but was rushed too quickly to Cup. Alright. Then I got this for 50 cents in a bin. This is Ron Benfield. I've never heard of this driver before, but in the package by Matchbox, good condition. Very rare to see a Matchbox car still in the box. But that's all I got today, guys. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Everyone give a shout out to Sim. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out his channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one.